This is chapter number 6, New Questions and Ideas. New Questions and Ideas, chapter 6. These pictures keep in your mind because most of the question we are revisiting these pictures. The first question is, what was the early name of Buddha? Early name of Buddha, Gautam Buddha. The early name was Siddharth. Gautam Buddha. The earlier name was Siddharth. Where did Buddha attain enlightenment? Gautam Buddha, where did he get enlightenment? That is, getting the truth, getting the essence of life, or divine knowledge, this kind of thing. There are certain words being used here. So, intelligence, actually, this Buddha word has come from Buddhi, and Buddhi means intelligence. So, this is the place. Let me show you here. So, here we have, this is Bodh Gaya, and the answer is he attained enlightenment in Bodh Gaya. Who was the founder of Buddhism? Who was the founder of Buddhism? So, as we have seen, two questions we have seen: Gautam Buddha or Siddharth. Initially, actually, when he founded it, it was Siddharth, and because he attained that knowledge, that's why he was called as Buddha. And Gautam, his name was Gautam also, so Gautam Buddha he was being called. Buddha belonged to a small Gana known as Buddha. I'll tell you, this Vajji, Buddha and Mahavira both belong to the Vajji empire or Vajji Mahajanpad. So in Vajji we have Gana or Sangh. So he belonged to Shakya Gana. Buddha belonged to Shakya Gana. He was a Kshatriya. From Vajji Mahajanapad. There was a Gana, Shakya Gana. Why did Buddha left the comforts of his home? Buddha, Gautam Buddha, Siddharth, at very tender age, young age, he left home because he wanted to know the knowledge. He wanted to attain that enlightenment. So he, Satya ki prapti, Gyan ki prapti. He left the comfort of his home in search of knowledge, actual essence of life. Why we are born like this. The tree under which Buddha meditated for several days was a mango tree. No, it's not mango tree. So it's false. It's people tree. It's tree, people ka ped. People tree. It's not mango tree. Here he got the self enlightenment, the truth, the knowledge. Buddha gave his first sermon in. Gautam Buddha gave his first sermon in. The answer is, see, I'll take you to this place. So we have Sarnath here, which is near Banaras, Varanasi. So Sarnath is the answer. Near Banaras, it's Sarnath. Here he gave his first sermon, first Updesh. So there is, in book, you'll see a stoop also. Name the language in which Buddha preached. Updesh, sermon, in which language? He preached, he and Mahavira, they both preached in Prakrit language. The language which the common people or that area people would understand or would speak. If he would go to Magad, he would have spoken Magadhi like this. So this area where he was, that Bodh Gaya, Sarnath and Kushinagar, all these areas have a Prakrit language which he spoke. Upon what was the Buddha's main teaching was based on? So what was the main teaching? Right? The sermon, the Gyan, on what purpose it was being based? Life is full of suffering and unhappiness. What will happen when we get our senses and then before we die, we always want more. We always want something. We have a desire. If a person is walking, he wants cycle, cycle will want bike, bike will want cake, car person want flight. So this is never ending. This is never going to stop. The Trishna, the desire, the tanha, it's not going to stop. Everyone wants more. Because right now people want money. Everyone wants money. Because money can give you all the pleasure of the life, even food, etc. What was the language of the ordinary people? Ordinary people. Say, I give you an example. Just a small area you take. If you go to Tamil Nadu, it's a big area. Now, Tamil Nadu is a very big area. Everywhere the language is spoken differently. So that particular area where certain language dialect is used, if you go to UP, you will see Bhojpuri. Go to Bundelkhand, you will get Bundelkhandi. So Prakrit language is the local language. It's not Prakritik, right? It's Prakrit. Prakrit. Local language of an area. Local area, you can say native language. Native language of that area. The term tanha in Buddhist teaching means, in book it is written Trishna, but the meaning here, because this is a requirement, this is a desire. You have a appetite, you have a bhook, you have a craving, you have a desire. That is the thirst. Thirst means pyas, means you want it badly. Pyas, you have thirst, you want everything, right? When this thirst you don't feel, then you will get the knowledge. I am talking about Bhagwan Buddha. He is Bhagwan Buddha, Lord Buddha. Thirst is used in Buddhist teaching to explain desires of humans. Yes, we have just seen, it's true. For what Gargi was famous? So Gargi, she was a thinker. So let me show you the picture, name, etc. She is Gargi Vachaknavi. So what happened at that time? At that time, most thinkers were thinking on certain aspect. In this, mostly we have men, and men were mostly Brahmins. Some of them were Rajas also, Kshatriyas also, you can say. Women and poor people were least involved, or they were not allowed, you can say. But Gargi, the way she was learned, the way she would debate, the way she would in the royal courts, the way she presented her ideas, her thoughts, her thinking, her intellect, logic, everything was, bang on, very much appreciated. This is Gargi Vachaknavi. Learning, you can answer it as learning. Same thing, who was Satyakam Jabala? Now see, here is a picture of a person. He is Satyakam Jabala. I just gave you an idea that the thinkers, most of were Brahmins, women and poor were less. The involvement were less. But still we know Gargi, and we know one more, Satyakam Jabala. He was poor. Satyakam Jabala was poor. His mother was called Jabali because she was a slave, Dasi. That is why his name is Satyakam Jabala. Now what happened? Maharshi Gautam, a sage called Gautam, he took him as a student and gave him the Brahmanatva, or the knowledge, or the, you can say, the teaching. So Satyakam Jabala was a poor man, but managed to become the best known thinkers of that time, because he got the blessings from sage Maharshi Gautam. After that, we are talking about him. That means he was a very great thinker at that time. Name the person who accepted Satyakama as a student. We give the answer, Gautam. Sage Gautam, Maharshi Gautam. This Gautam is different from what we are discussing about Gautam Buddha, right? It has nothing to do with each other. The ideas of Upanishads were later developed by the famous thinker. Now we have taken a lot of names. We have talked about Gargi, we have talked about Satyakam Jabala. So even Gautam Buddha and Mahavir also, they were also thinkers. and their thinking were so much propagated, people followed them and they became God. Adi Shankaracharya, he was the person who actually uh, put his thoughts and he propagated these ideas, good ideas. Who were Jainas? Those who follow Jain religion or Mahavir Jain's teaching are Jainas. So here we have this picture is of Jain god Mahavir. He is the creator. So what are we going to answer here? Followers of Mahavir. Those who were followers of Mahavir, those who follow his footsteps, those who follows his doctrine of ahimsa, celibacy, honesty, lies. Abhishek Jain, Mayank Jain, you might have heard. How was the lifestyle of Jainas? So, how was the lifestyle of Jainas? How do they live? First thing is, the lives were quite simple, very simple life, and whatever they are eating, they will only get it from bhiksha or begging. Bhikshu and bhikshuni, monks and nuns, they were called. Bhikshu and bhikshuni. The God has said, if you want truth, if you want to know the knowledge, you have to leave the house. No comforts, no killing. You can't kill anyone. You can't kill any insect. You cannot kill anyone, right? So the traders accepted this but the farmers couldn't, because farmers had to kill the insects using the pesticide. Otherwise, the pesticide would kill the crop. So that this dharma, this went to the traders. Mostly, you see, the Jains are mostly traders, and Jains are quite intelligent people. They also said you have to be honest, you have to be very dayalu, you have to be very, and men should leave all the dress they have to leave, and they have to leave the house and come to the Jainas vihar or this vihar. Panini prepared grammar for Sanskrit. Panini prepared grammar for Sanskrit language. Okay, so he just combined vowels and consonants, used some algebra. How did Panini prepared grammar for Sanskrit? So as I said, he arranged the vowels and consonants. For example, in English we have A, E, I, O, U vowels, consonants, others are consonants. So he arranged them in a spatial order, means a proper arranged manner. He ordered them, and then he created formulas. Like we have algebra formulas, a square plus b square plus 2ab. What is this? A plus b whole square. So this kind of formula he actually employed here, right? Arrangement of vowels and consonants, and that's how he prepared grammar for Sanskrit. What were Lichavis? Who were Lichavis? So they were clans that was a part of Vajji Janpad. So I told you that Vajji Janpad, Magad was Mahajanpad, Vajji also became very important. Vajji was Mahajanpad. So in Vajji we have Gad or Sang. So it's a clan. Where was the headquarters of Lichavis? Lichavis headquarters. So we just talked about the headquarters of Lichavis. From where it was being governed, it's Vaishali. Vaishali was the capital of Vajji also. In Bihar. Who was Vardhaman Mahavira? So Vardhaman Mahavira, he was the prince Rajkumar of the Lichavis. A group that was a part of Vajji Sangh. That was the part of Vajji Sangh. Okay, let me tell you again. He was the prince of Lichavis. Magadhi was Prakritic language. Spoken in Prakrit language. The Magad, that area, Magad was the Mahajanpad at that time. So those who, it's a local bhasha, it's a local language, native language. A person who become a follower of Mahavira had to. Now those who follow this Mahavira, they have to observe celibacy. Celibacy means there is no sex, no reproduction. Right? no, you have to observe celibacy. And there are various things. Let me give you some more. Second thing is they have to just leave home. They cannot leave the comforts of home. Third thing, they have to come and live at home. Not that is, come and live in sang, that is vihara. They cannot live at home. How do they eat food? They have to do everything with begging. Eat food with begging. Bhikshu, bhikshuni, monks, nuns. Fifth, they have to do meditation most of the time, and there should be no violence. They have to follow the doctrine of ahimsa, no killing. Bali and all this insect killing is not there. And there is a time, before sundown or suraj dhalne se pehle, they have to eat the food. After that, they cannot eat. And they have to be honest, dayalu. You see, Jain people, you can count on them. They are so good people, right? If you have to take permission, if you want to come to Vihara, you have to take permission from, say, if a woman is coming, she has to take permission from the husband. If you have taken dead for someone, you have to take permission from them. Now, this question, why did farmers could not support Jainism? Now, I want this question answer from you. Okay, give the answer. I will pin or highlight your answer on the comment section. Okay. So this is the question for you, and I